Hi, fans of Kosuke Game Bar channel and fans of video games. This is another new GameWorld Show video about mostly new Heroes 6 add-on expansion Shades of Darkness. And this is maybe the only one and maybe the last one, because there were two DLC. I presented them and introduced them in a Hungarian video last year, yeah. And now this expansion came in this year's May, and this expansion may be the last because 2 years passed since the release of the vanilla, the main game of Heroes 6, and after 2 years another expansions are not quite generally nowadays than in the past 10 years. So this game is in many parts is really good, and some improvements and upgrades happened, and some bug killing, if I can say so. In a giga patch, in a gigantic patch, 2 gigabyte maybe its contents, so it's a really big patch was. And Ubisoft's decision was that the patch, the gigantic patch, and the expansion had to release in one big file, and join them and release in one big file to the fans of Heroes of Might and Magic series. But it was a strange thing because many bugs happened again and created many new bugs. So they fixed some of these new bugs, but there are many more bugs here to steal. And also there are some older bugs, like graphical bugs, technical and texture glitches and bugs and failings and mistakes, and also sound mistakes again still, when the sound is faster than it must be generally, so it's a really bad thing, and it is from the main game, and now still the sound is sometimes like children laughing and crying or screaming, because it is fasten up, so it's a it's a really strange thing again. When our armies win, the shouting, the screaming, the happiness is like children happiness. So sometimes I recommend to the developer and the publisher that they should and must now repair this childish sound. So I really recommend it after 2 years almost. And also there's the texture bugging when you load up the map, the campaign back again, sometimes for almost 1 minute. Some textures not pop up correctly, precisely, and it's a really strange and bad thing for the fans after 2 years almost again. So okay, let's go the main features, the positive features to the game first. There is a new faction at last, dungeon. It's a really good faction, and I really liked them. I really like the how the developers and the publisher maintain the dungeon feelings from Heroes 5, but manage to change and vary a little bit for the Heroes 6 design and Heroes 6 story, for the prequel story. So it's a really good thing. in this game. The design is really cool, but sometimes a little bit too much of purple. Maybe they can mixed, like they could mix some more colors, 2 or 3 type of colors, and it could be better, but I don't know. But there's sometimes too much purple here. The units are really cool again. And now there is no Hydra, sadly, maybe. But there is Minotaur, and there is again from the Heroes 3 or after Heroes 3 and Heroes 4, almost evil eye kind of creature and unit created for this type of faction, and it's really cool design. Its attack is fast and painful, and in every turn it has a dark magical effect, which damage the opponent armies and the units in every turn. And also its shooting damage is quite good, quite damageable. And also there is a Hunter. If they said so in English, I don't know now the English names. Or but there is a Hunter. It is a dark elf woman who can throw his chakram at the enemies. The average one can throw it through more enemies, but sadly this time again you must be careful, because your own unit can be damageable as well with the average with 1 Hunter chakrams, so be careful. And there is also the Shade. It is the average with 1 of thief-like character from dungeon. It can be invisible in the first 2 turns, or if he don't go near 2 blocks of the opponent enemies or not hit him, he will be still invisible for 2 turns. And the Shade, the averaged one, can poison the enemy, can poison the enemy, so, which of course damages the enemy in every turn again. So these are the core units, except the Minotaur. What I said before, Minotaur is the elite, one of the elite unit, and it's quite hard to kill, because it has got many health. It has got quite good defense and quite good attack, and it can attack the enemies before the enemy hit him. So if the enemy hit him, he fights, he hit first. So it's a really quite good effect and skill. And also there is a almost a passive skill too, which lower the enemies, the opponent's morale, or our morale's higher. I don't know now exactly, but there is another. There is the Faceless unit. The Faceless united with the dungeon, with the Dark Elves, for a Dark Pact to regain the Dark Elf Empire again, and created a new empire in in the ashes of their past empires, because the fights with the original Wood Elves or Green Elves or Triple Elves. So their origin story is that the Tuatana, the mother of all molested children, the dungeon faction almost, decided that they must split from the original elves, and they headed beneath the earth to the underground because there are maybe sometimes only the dwarves and sometimes the demons and no other else they can fight or meet. And then sometimes there were some wars between the armies, between the dwarves and the dark elves and the demons, of course. And now Raylag, which you can know from the Heroes 5 later, in the story later, but in the past, in the games real time, yeah, must unite and be the champion of dungeon faction and almost recreate the empire in this expansion. Oh, okay, also there's a faceless. Faceless in the averaged one version can use the Puppet Master spell. Puppet Master, you know, is for the enemies tricky spell. You can you can spell it on the enemy, and you can control it against his own team and own unit, so it's a really cool thing. And also there is the Manticore, Scorpicore, a new creature in Hero 6, but it was in the Heroes 3's dungeon town, maybe in Heroes 4, but as a neutral creature. It is quite good, a little bit too same in design for the Lamasu in the Necropolis faction, I think, and also its skills a little bit same that Lamasu, and also a little bit too easy to kill like the Lamasu too. So it's not quite as a good unit as it's needed to be, I think. And also there is the Black Dragon, of course. The Black Dragon is one of the most good creature and unit in this game, but luckily, I think it's a luckily and good thing, they managed to a little bit debuff it, a little bit easy to kill in this game than in the previous Heroes games. It's quite a good thing because the Black Dragon in Heroes 3 and almost in Heroes 5 and in Heroes 4 was the best creature in it, and the balance is not too much in real balance in those games in the past. So, but in this game, they can quite manage it to almost quite the same and balanced level between the 7th units, between the champion units, and the Black Dragon is almost quite like balanced in the same way. So it's a really good thing, I think. And these are the the Black Dragon can also in the like in the previous games was can throw fire, so it's a really good thing. He can breathe fire too, and he has got, if he or she, I don't know, has got some more passive skills too. I don't remember now all of them, but you will see if you play this game. Okay, there are many kind of new terrain. There is chaos terrain. It's a new underground kind of terrain. The music behind it is the Infernal theme from Heroes 3, but rearranged and renewed. And also there is the new terrain of Alforest. The music behind it is the Heroes 3 Rampart town theme with rearranged music. So it's a really good mood for this terrains as well. But sadly there are not too much kind of a new music. Dungeon town theme in this game, maybe another rearranged music from the older Heroes games or from the Dark Messiah of Might and Magic, but I'm not sure of it. And also there is the graphics maybe a little bit abrasive, maybe a little bit more better, I think. but the system requirements are also the same as from the main game. Lower requirements, luckily. Sorry. Okay, and it's a quite good. All in all, it's a quite good expansion. The story is better than the DLC, but not better than the main game, I think, and far not better than the Heroes 5. Maybe the best story is in Heroes 5 was. And of course, the dungeon is quite good. I really like the gameplay that they put it in the dungeon mode and the dungeon faction. And also there are many kind of new heroes, artifacts, new outer buildings in the maps, in the adventure map. Also there are some dynasty weapons, and new traits, and also there is some little bit new skills for the new creatures, but sadly there are any new skills for the heroes. Not physical one, not spells, not passives, not active like of new skills. It's a really sad thing, I think. They could and should do it more. So, and also there are some bugs still, as I said. So this is one of the bad things. And also there is just 2 campaigns, and I think they can do another third one for a new academy or an elf town, but they maybe quite not, because of legal things, because of loaves, or because of the split of the black hole team. But so it's a quite good expansion. I really recommend to you. I gave it an 80% for this expansion. So buy and have fun with the game. Oh, and watch the sales on Steam, because it's a little bit too big price. It's a high price, too much, I think. But if you wait for a big sale in Steam, like Steam, you can get it. So bye.